Mining family, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? From an undisclosed location. Definitely not my place. That is for sure. I have just hijacked Mikkel's uh, office area, per se. That's pretty much what I've done here, fellas. So, as you guys hop in here, definitely smash that Lizzie like button, guys. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff, guys. Um, Let me know if you can hear me very well, if you can hear me okay and all that good stuff. Like I said, I'm not going to have all of my cool, yo, what up, Crypto Nico? What's up, what's up? So, let me know if the audio sounds okay, all that good stuff. Yo, what's going on, babe? What's up? He's like, just got the notification. That's good to know that the notification came instantaneously. Yo, that's what's up. Um, so I'm gonna be doing this a little bit different style, guys. So I'm on my phone. I got hit Mikkel's computer right in front of me, so a little harder for me to show everything that the normal stuff that I would go over, right, guys, right? So I will be trying to stick to my normal showing. Now, you guys know I did miss yesterday, but I had just gotten into town here and went right over to the facility. You guys should have seen my short from the other day, so if you haven't checked that out, definitely. It's like a penny tour. I plan on doing some more. We'll be out there at the facility tomorrow, doing a whole bunch of cool stuff. We'll be able to do some live streaming from that point. I'll make sure that my charger, my little battery is all charged up and all that good stuff. So I can go to the facility and I'll have a few hours worth of streaming that I can do for you guys, depending on how long we're out there for. All that good stuff. So hope everybody is having a great week. Ooh, hiccups and heartburn today. All right, so let's dive right into some of this stuff. So AMD Radeon 7000 live stream is now officially on November 3rd. No official release of any kind of launch day stuff. So it doesn't look like we are expecting to see a real debut as of yet. I would hope that they would have something by like, yo, what up, Rude? Hey, what's up? So I would hope that they have something for like a Black Friday sale. I would think so. It'd be foolish to miss the boat on trying to launch for Christmas, unless AMD is just sitting there going, "Oh, we have it, it's ready." This is like trying to Justin Sun it. I've got an announcement for the announcement. For the announcement of the announcement for the announcement of the announcement, because we can't get to the thing. As long as it's an announcement, it's always hype, right? And as long as it's always hype, you always have interest, right? Because everybody's hyping over the next big thing, right? So I'm thinking that they're basically going to wait for Nvidia to launch out, see what their launching price is, of everything was, because I would think that they would want to hit the mid-tier people. People who don't have, the exorbitant amount of just free capital to buy a another $1,500, $2,000 GPU amongst an economic crisis, right? So it's hard to see what they're going to be doing with the new RDNA. I am excited to see it though. I would like to get my hands on one of these. Eventually, it's like I will. The family mind will get their hands on this, and just not right away, guys. I'm still trying to, of course, make sure that we have enough resources for the facility itself to make that sustainable. To me, that's my number one goal, is to make sure the facility is good before I start, going into these tangents of just like, oh, I'm going to buy this, oh, I'm going to buy this. No. Everything right now, I've got to be real calculated, so I just can't go out and grab everything I want, unfortunately, guys. So, looks like the wording in the original RDNA 3 announcement was inaccurate. AMD did confirm. It's like, yo, what up, Jason the Tiger Osborne? What's going on out there, my man? No, we're just getting started here, because all of you guys are rated F for fucking awesome, yo. So and it's like I'd like to see what the price point is on these realistically. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with how AMD is going to be launching out. If it's got the better value over NVIDIA, I'll be really happy. I really do hope that they start getting back to their roots now and start capturing out some of the mid-tier market that during the last generation they left behind due to the COVID crap, right? So we'll definitely have to see about that stuff coming up, right? And it also looks like G.Skill is looking at releasing some of the highest mega transfers per second on RAM. Now for mining, makes absolutely no difference. You don't need these high mega transfers. What it's going to be is if you guys are looking to squeak out every last frame rate you can, or if you love competitive overclocking. Yo, what up, mine and Hodl? What's up? But if you are into competitive overclocking of any sort, even if you're a novice, overclocker, it's like, how is the mine doing? Oh, you're gonna go right to that one, huh? Gonna go right to that one. It's actually going great. We went, me and Mikhail spent a few hours over at the facility. As soon as I landed, we went right to the facility. I'm not even kidding you. Got home, went right to the facility. Everything's going good. We'll turn around to that. I'm kind of trying to wait for everybody to show up over here. It's a little bit of a different format because I'm on my phone here, guys. I'm not at home, as you can see with my background. This is not home. I mean, literally, I got stuff right behind me. So, it is what it is. I just basically have taken over Mikhail's office area. So I have just hijacked his office. He's just going to have to get over it. With the G.Skill coming out with the new DDR5 7800 mega transfers per second. Now, the caveat to this, guys, is you can set this up into dual channel RAM. You cannot put the other stick of RAM into it. It's got to be in single RAM mode. So if you've got four RAM slots that you can put in, you can only put 2 in if you want to have full performance. Now, if you really want to go for all the beans, you go and put 1 stick in. But I would say put 2 in. You want to unlock the core all the way, and its full potential. What up, Patrick? What up? Doing a quick getaway to Long Beach. Nice. That is awesome. Go get some of that sunshine. That's what's up. So, I mean, if you're wanting to get like the fastest RAM, this would be one of them. But if you're wanting to utilize all that fast RAM, you are not going to be pushing this. Like take for instance, my Threadripper. It's a quad channel RAM, right? And so that means I've got eight slots for a RAM. So I've populated it to 64 mega transfers per second, where 64 gigabytes worth of RAM, right? And I've got it at 2,666 mega transfers per second, which is the fastest that board can push out in quad channel RAM with all the slots populated. I cannot go over 2666 mega transfers per second. So unfortunately, it's like if I wanted to up it to 3200 mega transfers per second, I would have to pull out half of my RAM. Do I want to do that? Oh hell no! I'm not competitively overclocking my Threadripper. It's a first generation Threadripper. I'm looking at it as a workhorse, so I'm going to populate that board really nicely. Now, if I was going to set up a competitive CPU overclocking board, then I'd be looking at it. Okay, that you can have a potential bottleneck off of your RAM. So, kind of, it's like it depends on what you're looking for, but you're not going to see that if you populate all the RAM. I don't know anybody who's being able to utilize that fully once you fully kit out your board. So just kind of take that into consideration when you start looking at these. Oh my God, I got the fastest RAM on the planet. It's like, not if you put populated. So kind of keep that in mind. And if you guys haven't really seen it, he's like, this kind of goes to Root asking me, when 4090. It'll be at some point in time, just not right now. NVIDIA with a 900 watt cooler, guys. This 900 watt cooler takes up 4 slots. So if you have a motherboard, you're like, oh, I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to put a capture card in there, you might not be able to fit the capture card now. If you get this 900 watt variant. I keep joking about this constantly, guys. Like, there's going to be a point in time where we're going to be, booting up our computer, and we're either going to make sure that nothing but a light bulb is on in that room, or you're putting it onto a dedicated 220 circuit for your computer. Be like, oh, does this have a computer outlet in the house? I need to make sure there's a computer outlet in the house, because my computer pulls 15 watts off the wall, and I need 220 on that. I'm not going to sit here and blow my breakers, right? I mean, think about it. I mean, that's where we're going. And especially if you sit there and you got a 900 watt card, right? My Threadripper, that's an additional, let's call it 200 watts. Fans, let's call that an additional 40 watts. So my computer under load while I'm mining, right? It's about right now. Now this is with a 3080 Ti. It'll peg out at a rate just under 700 watts, right? That's full system usage, everything, right? If I sit there and I take off 230-ish watts off of that, that means I'm going to be pushing more than what my power supply that I have right now. I got a 1200 watt power supply. That 900 watt NVIDIA cooler that they had, cooler design, is going to be to the point where I put that in there and I got to get a 1600 watt power supply. 1600 watts, you're pretty much at the limitation of a 20 amp 110 circuit. Realistically, you on a continuous power, so you're gaming, things just loaded right on up to the hilt, and it asks for all the beans for a moment. That's enough to set your breaker off right in the middle of the game. Especially on 1600 watts, it'll sit there and go whoop and just peg it. That to me is just a little on the ridiculous side, but that's just kind of where we're going. It's like Moore's Law is not dead. It wants more power now. It wants more power for more money. The whole Moore's Law thing was supposed to be as technology. It's like, no problem. Why 220 volt? Because 220 volt gives you, okay, so to, yo, what up, crypto correct, yo. So great, good question, Root. Great question. 220, 240 volt, okay. Um, Basically what it's giving you, to break it down a little simpler, start off with 110. So North American power, 110. You get one hot, so you get one power, one neutral, and one ground. That's your three prongs, right? And whenever you do 220, 240 volt, you get two power and one ground, right? So because you've got the two powers, you're basically load balancing everything. So you can sit there and pull that 1600 watts, because with two hots, you in essence, you're like what, right around a little over 5,000 watts of continuous power that you can now deliver. Peak power right around 7,000 watts. So with that being said, whenever you're looking at potentially maxing out a 110 circuit, 220, 240 volt is going to be your answer. Because basically with North American Power, it's like an estimation. It's like 110 to like about 120 volt is the fluctuation that you'll see. Like about 100. Well, actually, to be really honest, you'll see peaks and valleys between 108 to almost 120 watt or 120 volt. I'm sorry. So that's where you get your. That's why I always say 220, 240 volt. That's going to be giving you your two hot. So you can push way more power through that, and it doesn't make so much of a difference that you are. You got a big rig on there, water blocked, everything overclocked to the hilt. My CPU's overclocked, my GPU's overclocked. I'm gaming, it wants all the beans, right? So I mean, as it sits right now, I've seen my system pull a peak of about 825 on peak. So I mean, I'm well underneath my threshold of my power supply, so I'm good there. But we'll have to, at some point in time, I'll have to upgrade even my own power supply. I have 1600 watt power supplies, some EVGA ones, which are baller, but it's kind of ridiculous that I'm going to, at some point in time through upgrades, I'm going to have to 86 a 1200 watt power supply. I mean, for the longest time, that people be like, you got a 1200 watt power supply? Why? You only need 800 watts, and that's with a water cooler on there. And it's like, not anymore. Those days are done. Until we get some kind of like massive efficiency level coming back to these cards, to all the equipment that's out there, we won't see anything like that, moving forward. And then of course, it's like everybody's wanting to know, it's like, okay, there's all this cool equipment coming out. We all know it can mine, and it can mine very well. Is there any profits to be spoken of anymore? And I would almost sit there and say we are getting close. Remember, guys, I said anywhere from I said a minimum of 2 months before we had a resemblance of what we would consider profitability, right? And now we're getting there. We're over that 2 month mark. What up? Miguel went 4090. Oh my god. You're ridiculous. So with all the everybody wanting to try to find what they resemble of profitability, it's kind of out there, kind of getting there, kind of, I guess. So I mean, if you start looking at individual cards, right? So the first one I got what's mine up right now in front of me. Sorry, you guys can't see it. But I mean, I put in a 1660 Ti. You're looking at about, give or take about 12 to anywhere from 11 to 13 cents a day in power, right? Depending on the algorithm that you're mining. We are still grossly not profitable in any way, shape, or form.
140.90.
140.90. Hashtag soon. Once the mining facility is sustainable on its own, I can sit there and start thinking about grabbing some extra stuff like that. But I mean, it's like we're still at the point where, you know, a 1660 Ti, which really isn't that old of hardware, guys, still not profitable. Costs you about 12 cents a day in electricity, and you're still losing 14 cents. So eventually, you know, it'll get there. Now, if you start looking at some more of these, you know, like let's take a look at my 3080 Ti. Is this thing profitable at 12 cents a kilowatt hour? Let's be real. That's the national average of what people, I mean, at my house, I'm like just below it. That's with taxes, line fees, all that other stuff that you get charged on top of what your baseline of the kilowatt hour is. It doesn't matter what the electric company says your baseline is. That means absolutely, you want to know what your effective kilowatt hour is. So if you want to know what your effective kilowatt hour is, take the taxes off of there, right? And take the amount of kilowatts per kilowatt hours you used for that full billing cycle. Take your bill and then divide it. What you have left is going to be your effective rate. I'm just under 12 cents a kilowatt hour myself at my house. So I'm going to base this off of even myself. When you're dealing with that facilities like what me and Mikkel have, it's not always the same case. We're playing an industrial game at that point. So we got different. We can hit this from a different angle. Yo, what up, Alex Mariah? What's going on? So if we were to look at the 3080 Ti like I have in my computer at home, so that thing is going to cost me about anywhere from like 38 to about 43 cents a day. And let's see here, Grin loses me 38 cents. Conflux loses me 50 cents. Raven loses me 61 cents a day. Nyxua loses me 63 cents. Fiero loses me 64. Meow Coin, that Red Panda loves, is going to lose me 64 cents a day. Vert Coin, believe it or not, it's only going to lose me 47 cents a day. It's getting better. It was in the dollar range. So we are definitely stabilizing out here. So at this point, we need more mining capitulation to really take hold into the market, guys. What's up, Flying Brian? It's like, agreed, headed to the green. I mean, it's like, and if you want to sit there and look at AMD cards, right? So the AMD card that I have, that's the big bad boy on the block that I own. I have my 6800 XT, right? So if I were to calculate that one out, that too says, hey, it should be on grand. That one is going to cost me about 20. We'll call it 25 to 35. So yeah, 25 to 35 cents a day to run. Grin, gonna lose me 10 cents. Conceal, gonna lose me 25 cents. Raven Coin, gonna lose me 31 cents. Now you see here, these numbers aren't too bad for being a top tier GPU, right? I would consider the 6800 XT into the same lineup as the 3080 Ti. I think that those two, should be the ones that are competing against each other. So, I mean, you can already see that AMD, yes, you're losing money, but not as much because it's more power efficient. The efficacy behind the card, its hash rate to wattage used is way better. Core utilization better. Power management in the card way better. I can control so much better, control the AMD card way better than I can my NVIDIA card. It's like you get these light little overclocking features for it while mining, and good luck, you know. And on top of that, the NVIDIA cards, you can sit there and pull power off of it, and if it says, hey, I need full power, it's going to ignore what you just put in there, and it's going to give you full power. And whether it trips the breaker on you, pops your power supply, causes the rig to be unstable and unhappy for whatever way it does it, whether it crashes out or anything like that, at least with AMD, I get better control over the card. And overall, it uses way less power. Yo, what up, last piece to the puzzle? What's going on out there, my man? Man. So, I mean, like, you can sit there and kind of go right down that, you know, Kapow losing 31 cents, Firo 32 cents, Meow Coin 34 cents, Beam 22 cents. So, Beam, it cost you 22 cents to mine with, and then you lose 22 cents. So, you're behind 44 cents at the end of the day. Think about that. You are 44 cents behind the 8 ball as you're mining on Beam with this card. And that's how you got to look at it even here. Grin. Yes, you're losing 10 cents. But you're actually losing 43 cents because of the 33 cents it costs to run it. The 4090, and yield is rough. Yeah, the yield is way down. I mean, like, overall, this bear market is a double bear market for us miners. My thoughts on the 4090 last piece to the puzzle. Did somebody say when 4090? When? At some point in time. But, I mean, overall, is mining... No, it didn't have Zelhash click back here. That could be a little something. Nope, didn't make any difference. But it's my thoughts on the 4090s. I think they're too power demanding. A lot of mining facilities that do host mining. A lot of them already cringe if you say you've got a 3090 or a 3080. All right, the 4090 is going to be even worse. My problem with, like, I mean, from a gaming perspective, 4090, you know, outside of fucking NVIDIA being money hungry little bastards, I would rather sit there and support a company that wants to make sure that everybody gets a GPU. Versus a company that's going to limit their stock in order to manipulate the prices to go up. So I mean, outside of that aspect, the 4090 will be a great gaming card, hands down. I mean, let's be real. It's a gaming card at the end of the day. But when it comes down to mining with it, I don't think that's feasible. You're talking about a triple slot card. So now you're talking about it's going to take up a lot of room. You're going to have a good cooling solution. Server cases, you're going to have real tight tolerances with trying to cool them, because especially if you get a Founders Edition style, right? So when you're dealing with the what's up? When you're dealing with the 4090s, you're going to be dealing with, oh, he got you good, guys. But I mean, like, if you're trying to go through and deploy a lot. I mean, a few 4090s here and there, okay, you know, they're easy to deploy. You try to do a whole 8-card rig, you're going to find that you're going to be looking at one power supply for 2 cards. How scalable is that in hardware alone? Start doing the math. 8 cards, 2 power supplies per card, 4 power supplies on 1 rig. Minimum 4 power supply, not just any old power supply, 4 1200 watt power supplies to make sure that you've got the electrical headroom in order to run everything, right? Yeah, it's wild that, oh yeah, we can sit there and make these power hog gaming rigs, but they want to harp on us sitting here with one little itty bitty little mining rig, right? I hate how like the live chat disappears. Um, what's up, Big Rum? He's like, what you got? What? Watching y'all in the sauna after a brutal back and leg workout. Yo, my man. That's what's up, dude. That's what's up. So, I mean, I just don't think that it's that the 4090 is scalable for what it is, and I think that's why Nvidia never put the LHR mode onto the 3090 lineup, because they were like, nobody wants to mine with a 3090. Who in their right mind mines with a Titan class GPU? Put your hand down. It's like, oh my god. So I mean, I've got one rig, one full rig, and yeah, it 8 card rig of that. Don't build more than eight on a rig, guys. I see people doing these 12 card rigs. You are asking for problems if you sit there and you have bigger mining. If you got a lot of GPUs. It's like, I'm just saving up to buy a Z9 big boy, huh? Nice. I hate how the chat just goes away like that. Trying to save up for the Z9 big boy ASIC just to have it. Nice. That's up. But I mean, I would definitely like kind of hold off if you guys are trying to buy like newer GPUs, especially being it's a bear market. I would probably be looking at like waiting for the epic bear market to be in the middle of it. Let these other smaller miners, like I keep saying, let these other miners kind of capitulate a little harder, and eventually we'll be able to pick up some really cheap GPUs that are good. That's what it's time for building, but you got to do it right. So. But going after top tier GPUs, let the ballers do that. Let people put themselves in debt over that. I want all of us to basically not have to worry about, oh my God, I'm spending way too much money on this stuff and I have no returns. I would rather sit there and have everybody just kind of understand that we just need to muscle through this little bear market. I feel that we have at least another full month to go. I said 2 to 4 months, guys, until I think we'll start seeing some profitability. We're getting there. We're getting closer, guys. We're now not, spending 30 cents in electric and losing $2. I mean, let's just be real. It's like 3090 Ti by 20 rig. Come on, we can get the BTC Mining Pro that fits the 19 GPUs on there, or the 20 GPUs. Yeah, no. You think it's until next year? I think it's until next year before we start seeing good profits. I think it's going to be maybe another month and a half until we start seeing gains coming back. Not so much money-wise, but I think that the yield will start upticking. A lot of people have been told, just hold on, just keep mining through the bear market, you always win. The only ones that win are the ones that can't hold on to the rope. And there'll be a lot of people getting shook off this rope soon. And I hope all of you guys are up on the rope with me. It's okay, guys. Yeah, so many sitting on the sideline waiting. But a lot of those are ASIC people. And the ASIC farms aren't going to affect us. Now, there are a few GPU farms that are 100% shut down right now. But they also were Bitcoin farms too. So shutting down that, yeah, they lose a little bit of revenue. They're just going to, wait. And those big guys, they're not going to turn their rigs on for 2 days worth of profit just to turn it back off. I think in the process of turning everything back on and just to turn it back off in a few days, it'll take more manpower than I think it's worth if it's some of these bigger facilities that I know of. And I think that's what, it's like what you're also hinting at too, with sitting on the sideline, Crypto Crag. So, I mean, I think that, in the long term, it's like you'll see those guys turn their rigs back on very slowly. A lot of these miners that have been in there, they're at that scale, they understand that they don't want to just absolutely train wreck an algorithm. So, hey, maybe 10% of my farm can go on. Maybe they'll turn 10% of the farm back on. It's not too big of a hit network wise. It's not until something really pops, then you'll see a bunch of them. But I think that if some of these facilities that have a lot of GPUs are smart and they are at scale like that, it would be just as wise to start liquidating some of that hardware on their end in lieu of grabbing Bitcoin ASICs. This way they can weather the storm a little better. A lot of these places got huge with their mining facilities. So they've got a lot of power just sitting around idle. I'm also hearing of farms, bigger farms, guys, that all of a sudden they have some room for hosting. It's because they got rid of all their GPUs. So I think that, depending on a facility's particular direction, we'll start seeing a lot of those actually start liquidating GPUs, if not the oldest GPUs they do own. People like Bits Be Trippin'. I think at some point in time, even Bits Be Trippin' is going to be sitting there and liquidating a lot of his older hardware in lieu of going into either Bitcoin ASICs or just getting the newer style AMD cards, just because it's got the better efficacy behind it. So yeah, you can slide through again. No, all right. So yeah, I mean, it's like and getting talking about ASICs at this point, there's very few ASICs that are even really profitable unless you have industrial. It's like how big do you think the next bull run will be? Ooh, that's a pretty good question too. Gonna say here, Patrick, Christmas is coming and people are gonna need cash. GPUs are coming in kind. Oh yeah, we'll have a plenty of GPUs and all that good stuff. Now with the next bull market, I try to stay out of that prediction game for various reasons. Because nobody can predict Bitcoin at the end of the day. It's like all I could do is point you to a chart and tell you all the way up. It's like I could sit there and say anything, and eventually I'm going to be right. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we're going to see any real meteoric rises, unless something in an economic world really kicks off that just ignites a fire underneath Bitcoin. So can in the next bull run cycle, can we hit over $100,000 a coin? Of course, 100%. We can shoot $250 million per Bitcoin, 100%. It's can the market sustain that? You have to have $1 million. It's like you've got to realize that people have to have that perceived value for Bitcoin to be at that price and hold. Do I have a favorite shitcoin?
Bitcoin private.
Yeah, shitcoin private.
Bitcoin private.
Yeah, very dead coin private.
Dead shit private.
I really don't have any real. I mean, Ethereum Classic it is a decent one, just because at least they held to the whole code is law thing, right? Versus Ethereum. XRP to 380. I'm gonna take your fucking wrench away now, Gundy. No more wrench for you with that XRP stuff. Get your shit coining XRP ass out of here with that. No, just kidding. I love you still, even though you're a shit coining person that's talking about that crap XRP. It's like I was just priced an S19J for $20. Are you kidding me? For $20, an S19J. It's like I better not catch Vitalik on the streets. You know, I'm not gonna blame Vitalik over this. Vitalik, first off, day one, believed in a better way of dealing with consensus. What? Holdeth on here. Oh, that's not too terrible. That's about what I'm grabbing my what we can grab our the WhatsMiner M plus 30 the M30 plus is at. And they're not profitable unless you got industrial power. If you're mining in Bitcoin at home, welcome to losses. You are not going to mine at a profit. You are mining just to help support the network, guys. Nothing more. Do not think that in any way, shape, or form you are ever going to see what you can consider profitability out of Bitcoin. Now, if you can get Bitcoin in at like 3 cents a kilowatt hour, now you're talking profitability. I think even 4 cents, but 3 cents is that sweet spot. But even if I were to sit there and 4 cents per kilowatt hour. At 4 cents per kilowatt hour, the KA3 makes $58.84 a day. After that, it's a Litecoin miner at about $19. And then it just goes down from there. Now, this is at 4 cents a kilowatt hour, all in. Oh yeah. If you can get it, I'm not looking for. I mean, that's like looking for a free ride. I'm not afraid to sit there and say, hey, I need to pay money. I have to spend money to make money. I'm cool with that. I'm an entrepreneur. But you are not gonna sit here and pay for like be able to pay for electric at your house and make money here. It's an industrial game. ASICs are very power intensive. Efficient, but power and resource. It wants all your resources that you have at a facility. You think but at the end of the day, they also generate you better returns overall compared to GPUs. Because let me tell you, my ASICs are unaffected by Ethereum. They were completely 100% unaffected by Ethereum. The only thing that affected my Bitcoin miners was the price of Bitcoin. The difficulty still going up on Bitcoin tells you how bullish the miners are. They're still all building right now and deploying hardware. It's like, let's build a Tesla coil and run it. Yes, I'm down. It's a good thing that my electric bill is based off of my income and I can run anything. That's true too. The problem with that is like the money's got to come from somewhere. Now I'm not sitting here. I know your situation, my man. So Jason, completely understand it. You do you, my man. But me personally, I would sit there and be like, somebody said, oh yeah, all I have to do is pay $100 in electric. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, I got this guy. I'm gonna run like 4,000 watts worth of equipment through here. That guy will have me evicted by the end of the month. But I couldn't do it to somebody. I'm too goddamn honest, man. I just really am. Eventually, it would just kind of come out and be like, yeah, are you sure you still want to have this arrangement, or you want to kind of reword this with me a little bit? 9 times out of 10, they'll renegotiate with you because they're not wanting to pay that kind of money. I'll tell you what. So, I mean, it's like in the bit, the Bitcoin mining at that point is where we really need to be. It's like 970 a month was tops to pay to play. Yeah. I mean, it's like I've had bills $2,500 for the month, $3,000 electric bills. Just to kind of give you context. It's like ASICs are power intensive. I had a whole house screaming full of ASICs, guys. It's not scalable at home. You run out of power real quick. And that's the reason why I've opted into getting a facility now. And kind of getting into that, I know, but Crypto Bedell is like asking about the facility. So we were, it's like we've got to get some power transformers now. That's going to be the next thing on our list. Power transformers, redoing some of the electrical wiring. Once I put in the transformer, I'm going to be doing new wiring anyway. So there is that. So new wiring going to the transformer outputs into a bunch of fuse panels, and then we run all the fuse panels. So we got an ASIC room now, we have a GPU side room, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do in that front warehouse area. I'll probably end up leaving that to being pure GPUs in there, so we might have two little sections of GPUs, but that whole back half area is going to be the easiest way to maintain everything. So we'll be able to open up the front warehouse area to being an intake, and then we'll have the back side of the warehouse being pure exhaust, and it should just work out perfectly, guys. And that means whenever we get your guys' stuff in, everything will be nice and running cool. We're going to be walling stuff up, moving some racks. Well, I'm not sure if we're going to wall stuff up while I'm out here, but we're going to move some racks around. Half of the facility for ASIC miners and the other half for GPUs, pretty much. Which just kind of makes it easy. Me and Mikkel were going over a way to be able to tell all of your guys' rigs. So we have a little system that we're going to put up. This way we can go walking through the facility and videoing it, and not have to worry about showing any of your guys' personal information. That's the last thing that we want to do. Nobody's personal information will be seen. I promise you. So I mean, like, I'm talking like walking around people's rigs. I don't, like, you guys yourself and as an individual will know your rigs, but I don't want it to be that, as I pan a camera across it, they can see whose rig name that is. I don't want any of that shit to go on at all. It's like, if I had 1 mil and a couple of containers of ASICs, oh yeah, I missed something from you. It's like, I've been researching Power Near Me for fun, and the cheapest operations for a modular facility next to a small-scale hydroelectric plant. Pretty neat, actually. If you had had a million and a couple of containers of ASICs, yeah, exactly. It's like, let's fill up the mine with Doges. No. I'm going to fill it up with whatever you guys send me. So if you want a whole bunch of Doges over there, Jason, send them. We'll host them for you. No problem, home dog. No problem, my man. So, like I said, just kind of recap. Tomorrow, me and Mikkel will be at the facility. I'm going to get up nice and early. I'm going to get my walk on nice and freaking early, guys. I'm going to get my exercise on. I'm not sure if I'm going to do my exercise at the facility or here before we leave. that'll be that we'll determine that whenever we get there. So tomorrow depends on how quickly Mikkel, because Mikkel's got to bring his kids to school and stuff like that. So how quickly he gets all of that done, set up, versus me doing my exercise depends on if I do the exercising here or at the facility. I wouldn't mind doing facility because that'll be push day. Facility push day. We can do that. We can do morning workouts at the facility, guys. We could certainly do that. You can hear the hum of mining in the background as I'm sitting here pumping iron. Oh yeah, pump it hard. So does anybody have any comments or questions before I get up out of here, guys? It's kind of getting a little toasty in here, guys. I'm just saying, it's just a little toasty. Anybody got any kind of comments or questions? Because we're gonna have a nice full day tomorrow of shenanigans at the facility. So definitely we'll be hanging out there tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, just have the camera going and just have everything muted. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll cross those roads when we get there. Because I can mute the microphone for sure through my camera and just have the video rolling on this stuff. And every so often I'll come by and chit chat with you guys and kind of keep going about my day. So if you guys are interested in that, certainly stay tuned tomorrow. We should have a lot of fun. And you'll see us just kind of getting to work, doing our thing. I don't see anybody with any other comments or questions at all, guys. It's like, you the man, looking forward to the Family Mind updates. Yo. It's like all good here, just getting the kids damn phone. It's like all good here, just getting the kids dinner going. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like, man, just building log homes. Nice. FA. Everybody drop FA in the Chislety chat, guys. And I need you to drop that in the Chislety chat. Just drop it. Because, you guys rated F for fucking awesome, guys. Yo! Drop those F's. So if you guys are interested in seeing that stuff tomorrow, definitely stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to have fun. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to build some stuff. And some of the stuff is going to be built so that you can use it, guys. A lot of the stuff I do for you guys. It's not just for me. Yes, it benefits me. But it also benefits the community. That is right, Crypto Crag. F to the A. So with that being said, definitely smash that Lizzity like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I don't have it in the description with I don't know if it's in these videos, but my other videos that I do at home usually. If you want to join the community, join our Discord, the Family Mind Discord. Love to have you all there. You're all part of the community. Be there. If you'd like to sit there and support the channel, check out Patreon. Links down below too. If they're not down there, they're in one of my older some of my older videos from like 3 or 4 days ago. Not a problem. Do you have the flux capacitor yet? No. I just need a DeLorean and a what is that? A Mr. Food processor. So yep, I'll definitely see all of your awesome faces tomorrow. Be awesome. Keep your hash rate high. May your watts be low. And I'll see you on the next one. Yo! Peace out.